Hello and welcome to the social network on NDTV 24/7. I'm Kajari Sen, and as the nexus appears to get larger in the IPL spot fixing controversy, questions are being asked. Who should be held accountable? Whose job is it to put the checks and balances in place, and was there a failure to enforce it? Did the BCCI do too little? Is the ICC having knee-jerk reactions to the crisis? Is it time for the advertisers to put morality clauses in place for the entire league? These are just some of the questions we will be asking on the social network today. So our topic, the BCCI's vow to cleanse the IPL. Is it a purge or a posture? Joining us, sports journalist Venkatanand, Jaideep Chakraborty, feature writer and cricket analyst, Anupam Mukherjee, cricket blogger, Alistair Simonson, the head of media for cricketworld.com, joining us from London, and Lloyd Matthias, marketing expert. And it seems that we're going to start off with Venkat, who's with us here in the studio. Venkat, now let's start off with what we've seen the BCCI do. We've heard about their anti-corruption cell. We've heard about the things they tried to do. What we have not heard about is what they actually did. And it seems the answer to that is because they didn't do anything.
It's right. I mean, to give them the benefit of doubt, they've put in an agent accreditation system in place, which is a welcome move. I think it should have been done about 4 or 5 years ago, but but they've got it done this time. But the problem with BCCI is it needs a kick on its backside every now and then, and there is and it responds to controversy better than it responds to normality. So there is a sense that every time it's an organization which fights back, but it doesn't do enough. So there is a problem as far as the BCCI is concerned. I'm not sure what they are intending to do right now. Are they really
right? Are
they really keen on cleansing it? Because it's not something that that they react to very well. So
fair enough. Let's take that question over to Jaideep. Now, Jaideep, what we've got here is a situation where is it actually that they didn't do enough or they cannot do enough? Is there a failure of actually an ability to enforce anything?
Yeah, see, there's a bit of both, it's like just like Venkat said, it's a typical mentality, till the time something happens, we don't wake up. And, we need a kick on our backsides to say that something is going wrong. But again, to see on the flip side, people who are corrupt, they'll always be corrupt. How do you stop every corrupt people on this earth? So it's kind of a dilemma. It's kind of a catch-22 situation for both BCCI and the different bodies here. So it's a bit of both. BCCI could have done more, but can you stop everything that's going on? So there's a dilemma there.
Right. I think that then is a fair point. But do you think it's also a question that as long as the money keeps coming in, the BCCI is perfectly willing to turn a blind eye?
I think what the BCCI has done is really, kind of worked as a very good commercial body. So they've actually gotten a lot of the money when it comes to getting sponsors in, raising the level of the sport in terms of commercial activity. I think what they need to do a lot more and haven't done enough clearly is actually protect the safeguards of people like the sponsors who are actually bringing in the money. So it's the fans and the sponsors in a sense that also keep the sport going. And I think the BCCI is equally accountable to them. And that's where I believe there's a lot that they need to do.
Let's take this question over to Anupam now. Anupam, do you think that what's also happening after the first details broke of the spot fixing controversy is a knee-jerk reaction from the BCCI? We'll do this, we'll do that. Why didn't you do it before?
No, I don't think there's been any knee-jerk reaction. In fact, the reaction has been fairly slow. And a lot of it is just a face-saving act that we are going to do agent accreditation and we're going to do this, and strictest actions will be taken against those who are caught. But then, other than the 3 people who were arrested by Delhi police, BCCI has not done its own investigation, hasn't, suddenly got its act together, get an independent body to investigate. Are there others who've missed, you've gone under the radar? It's been very simple. 3 guys have been caught by the police. They are the only 3 guys who are there, and the rest of it is clean. That is the stance that they've taken. So I don't think there's been any knee-jerk reaction.
This cannot be a problem unique to India and the Indian Cricket Board. Alistair, internationally, do we face the same problem?
Yes, I would say so. Betting in cricket and the possibility of corrupting players has always been there, and it's been there since actually cricket
right.
in the 18th century.
Right, thank you. We will, of course, take a closer look at the BCCI's problems, and we'll come back to that point Lloyd made. But let's, again, Venkat, let's talk about the ICC, where the ICC stands at the moment. Now, the ICC has its own, of course, anti-corruption unit. We've seen that not work particularly successfully either. What we saw today was the firing of an umpire against whom there was no conclusive proof. It's the exact opposite of the problem we are seeing here. Here we are seeing not enough being done. Would you say that was a case of too much being done?
Not really. I think the ICC, the ACSU, you have to understand, doesn't have police powers. I mean, it can't tape conversations. It's not a body that is supposed to detect corruption. It's just supposed to monitor players and ensure that everything in the stadia or in the venue is above board, or it could be team hotels as well. But having said that, I think I'm not going to buy this theory where the ICC has pulled out an umpire, without seemingly not much information. I think they would have had a specific input from the Mumbai police or whoever is the investigating body to take such a decision, because they didn't want, obviously they didn't want the Champions Trophy to be tainted. I mean, or be covered in taint. So, I'm not buying this, this theory about too much being done.